Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Sunday morning service at the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Gainesville. I am Sue Boone, Worship Associate for this morning. 45 years ago, oh gosh, an eternity it seems. Actually, 45 years ago this month, I entered my first Unitarian Universalist church. And I have not left. I couldn't believe that other people believed like me. I thought I was crazy, but I'm not. That was one of the two significant events in my life for my mental well-being. Thank you all for being here. I want to welcome all of you on Zoom, those at our sibling church in Valdosta, and those who are at home here in Florida. Thank you for choosing to worship with us today. I'll also welcome those that are out of Florida. That was kind of not nice of me. Who are on vacation at their summer homes and haven't decided to come back to our 80-degree weather here. Beat your weather. But I saw on Facebook, whether you can believe it, it's supposed to get really cold this week. It's going to go, so don't get used to these 80 degrees. I also want to thank all of you in the sanctuary. I'm glad we are all here in community. I'm a cisgendered tall woman of European descent. I am now 80 years old. My short hair, yay! My short hair is turning white around my face. My pronouns are she and her. And this morning, I am wearing my favorite colors, turquoise, hot pink shirt, black pants, black shoes, the standard. Okie dokie. We are privileged to be on this lovely property, which was once the home of the Timucua and Seminole tribes. Today, we are celebrating two important events: new member recognition and Thanksgiving gratitude. It takes time to celebrate that which has meaning to us. So we may go a little long today. We tried hard not to, but we can't control everything. Feel free to take care of yourself as you see fit. In other words, leave if you have to. Let us now be in an attitude of reverence as we begin the service. Ryan, will you please come forward to light the chalice? He is representing all the new members that are here today. Our chalice lighting words were written by Katie Svani Giffond. We light our chalice as a symbol of gratitude as we celebrate the abundance of our lives together. In this sanctuary, we harvest bushels of strength for one another and offer our crop with hands of compassion and generosity in the authentic and gentle manner of our connections. We cultivate a simple sweetness to brighten our spirits. May we be grateful for the ways we nourish and uplift each other. For it is in the sharing of this hallowed time together that sustains us. Thank you. Our opening words speak to the visitors and new members But let it be a reminder for us old-timers of why Unitarian Universalism entered our soul. The words were written by Kimberly Ann Tomczak Carlson. It is not by chance that you arrived here today. You have been looking for something larger than yourself. Inside of you, there is a yearning, a calling, a hope for more, a desire for a place of belonging and caring. Through your struggles, someone nurtured you into being, instilled a belief in a shared purpose, a common yet precious resource that belongs to all of us when we share. And so, you began seeking a beloved community, a people that does not put fences around love, a community that holds its arms open to possibilities of love, a heart home to nourish your soul and share your gifts. Welcome home. Welcome to worship. Let us join together in body or spirit and sing hymn number 67. We sing now together. It's a familiar tune, but the words have been altered a bit. An important element of our service is the sharing of joys and sorrows. Each week we invite you to write what is on your heart in the book when you come into the sanctuary. It's on a little table there. Our first joy is our guests today, Gerald, Gabrielle, and Emily. If you want to acknowledge yourself, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Okay. For the writings in the book today. From Ida Silkenet. My dad passed away in the early hours of Tuesday, November 18th, after an extended period of decline from pulmonary fibrosis. I am eternally grateful for the time and closeness I've been able to share with him over the past few months. Kirsten Fumand writes, thanks so much to 5 busy elves for transforming our sanctuary decor from autumn to bright holiday colors. Appreciation to Elizabeth Stewart and Charlotte Wimberly, along with my 3 teenage friends, Christopher, Jake or Jane, I can't read it, and Robbie. If you look around at our symbols of Yule decor, you'll see that little bits of Advent, Hanukkah, and Kwanzaa. Carrie Zubiaga. Okay. She writes, Pat Karen, who's her mother's 95-year-old mother, or actually Carrie's grandmother, Barbara Rogers, died last evening in Mena, Arkansas. Pat has gone to be with her family. I will miss my grandmother, says Carrie. Okay. Congratulations to the Martians, is that right? Martians, for their write-up in the Main Street News this weekend. Where do you get that? Pardon?
It's online, it's printed on Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Okay, Mary Anthony writes, she and family wishes to thank you all for the great community we call UUFG. We will be moving to an old farmhouse. Ooh. Oh, she left. Oh, no, there she is. She didn't leave yet. She'll be moving to an old farmhouse on an island off Vermont, or in Vermont, in early January. Why do you go to Vermont in January? It's beautiful. Have you ever lived up there? Have you ever lived up there? Okay. You like to shovel snow? Good. Okay. More power to you. She tells us to keep up the good work here in our sanctuary. Is there a UU church there? Oh, good. Okay. We'll let them know you're coming. Okay, Mignon Craig writes, because I'm not a morning person and live in Williston, I want to thank Aaron for the YouTube of the service each week. We all want to thank Aaron for this. Oh, electronics are wonderful. Okay, for those who have feelings too close to their hearts to be shared, please come forward and drop a stone in our communal water bowl. As the water surrounds the stone, feel the warmth of our community envelop you. After everyone has dropped their stone, Kay Anderson will drop 2 stones for the folks watching us online. Please come forward.
Let's get this set up. We're learning how this goes, and I might just see how that works. We'll see. Slightly tethered, maybe not. I'll hold it out. Good morning, everyone. My name is James Chase, and I am the Director of Lifespan Faith Development here at the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Gainesville. I'm a white, medium-sized, non-binary person, and my pronouns are they, them. Today, I'm wearing my glasses, as always, and my blue shirt and blue jeans. Today is an exciting day. I'd like to invite anyone who wants to hear our story because I think the pictures might not have made it into the slides, which is a James mistake. And so I'd like to show the pictures as we are reading the story. So anyone who is older in years is also welcome to join us. You know what? It's okay. We'll just read the story. It's a short one. So we're going to read a story today, and we're reading this story because we are celebrating new membership service. Now, for some of our families today, some of our new members are bringing with them children who may or may not stay in the sanctuary for the new membership service. That's going to be up to the kids and the families. But there is one person who has recently entered into our congregation in a different kind of way. So while we are welcoming back to our congregation and into our RE program, we're welcoming Jude, and we're welcoming Clara and Maggie and Phoebe. We are welcoming all fun new kids, but we're also welcoming a brand new little baby. So our new baby is in the back here. You can turn around and stare for a second because he's really cute. Hi, Arden. We didn't mean to wake you up. The Simba moment. And so we're reading a book that was actually written exactly to welcome new babies into the world and into new spaces. This book is wonderful, and we're going to talk just a brief second about who Arden is, because he's not been around a whole long time to tell us, but some of the things that we do know about Arden is, he's got some big siblings who would like to tell us too, but I'm gonna say what I know, and then you guys can tell me one thing, okay? He sleeps best when he is swaddled up tight or when he is being held safe and snug in this world. He does not love car rides, but he absolutely loves being outside and watching his big siblings play. And he is very, very loved by his two big sisters and his one big brother, who have already taken on their role of protecting and entertaining him. He loves to sit in the sun and soak up the warmth and the brightness, just like the spirit he brings into this fellowship. So he is not a new member in the official sense. He can't choose that one until he's 13. But we do want to take the time to welcome and recognize him as well. Welcome, Arden. We are so glad you're here. And now our book. And I'm sorry you guys can't see the pictures, but I'll read it again soon, and the pictures will be there. This book is called Here We Are, Notes for Living on Planet Earth by Oliver Jeffers. We are here. And the first picture is, the very first picture, which I love, is a purple person holding out a blue baby at arm's length. Here's the baby. Here we are, Notes for Living on Earth. We are here on Earth. Here's our solar system, probably not to scale. Well, hello. Welcome to this planet. We call it Earth. It is the big globe floating in space on which we live. It's a picture of Earth. We are glad you found us, as space is very big. There is so much to see and do here on Earth, so let's get started with a quick tour. The planet is basically made up of two parts. There's the land, which is rocks and dirt, and the sea, which is water. There's a picture of that kind of split. Firstly, let's talk about the land. It's what we are standing on right now. We know lots about the land. Volcanoes are really hot, mountains are pointy, also cold, the ground is bumpy, and some areas are flat. Some things are dry, some things are wet, and some things are hot. Then there's the sea, which is full of wonderful things. We know a little bit about the sea, but we'll talk more about that once you've learned to swim. Icebergs float in the sea. There's lots of fun things to look at in this book. There is also the sky, though that can get pretty complicated. We're not going to read all of the things. Sometimes the sky is blue, sometimes it's not. There's wind, there's rain, outer space, stratus thingy, air we breathe. It's complicated. It's very complicated. On our planet, there are people. One people is a person. You are a person. You have a body. You have head, arms, belly, brain for thinking, lungs for breathing, legs for standing, bones to hold it all up. And the heart, that's right. Look after your body, as most bits do not grow back. The most important things for people to remember are eat, drink, and stay warm. There are animals, too. They come in even more shapes, sizes, and colors. They can't speak, though, and that's not any reason to not be nice to them. Generally, how it works is that when the sun is out, it is daytime, and we do stuff. The rest of the time is night, when it is dark, save for the moon, and we sleep. Please? Things can sometimes move slowly here on Earth. Oh, it's a very, very peaceful looking scene of a meadow where people are resting and playing. More often, though, they move quickly, so use your time well. It will be gone before you know it. That sounds ominous. Though we have come a long way, we haven't quite worked everything out, so there's plenty left for you to do. You will figure lots of things out in yourself. Just remember to leave notes for everybody else. It looks big, Earth, but there are lots of us here. So be kind. There is enough kindness for everyone. It's got lots of little dots to show where the people are. Well, that is planet Earth. Make sure you look after it. It's all we've got. Now, if you need to know anything else, just ask. I won't be far away. And when I am not around, you can always ask somebody else. You are never alone on Earth. That is people in scuba suits in that line full of people, yes. The end.
I was not that close to the mic. I'm Judith Kendall, and I facilitate the path to membership for our congregation. And as you've heard me say before, today I'm doing my favorite part of the job, introducing 11 new members to the congregation. This is a real tribute to our welcome teams. We have outside greeters, we have foyer welcome staff, table staff, and we have social hall visitor information table staff. If you have served in any of these welcoming roles, would you stand right now and let the congregation recognize you? If you've been on any of these welcome team staffs, stand. Also, members of the congregation are involved in welcoming new members. You talk to visitors in the social hall during coffee hour. You invite them to participate in your activities and become involved. The new members we are recognizing today don't really feel new because they have already become involved in our congregation in many ways. To become a member, newcomers attend a newcomer orientation session that provides information about Unitarian Universalism in our congregation and outlines the expectations of members as well as the benefits of membership. At that point, if they wish to become members, they complete paperwork that includes a pledge to abide by our congregational covenant and a pledge of financial support to our congregation. This morning, they will complete the final step, that of signing the membership book, which is right over there. If you have been attending UUFG for a while and would like to pursue this path to membership, see me after the service. You could be a part of our next new member ceremony.
Good morning. I'm Tom Marisi, member of the governing board and the congregation president. Unitarian Universalism is a liberal religious tradition over centuries that has been committed to theological diversity, inclusivity, and social justice. Unitarian Universalists do not adhere to a single creed or doctrine. Instead, they are united by shared covenants within and across congregations based on foundational values, principles centered on love and pluralistic worship. Famous Unitarians include Isaac Newton, Thomas Jefferson, and also four other U.S. presidents, Charles Darwin, Charles Dickens, Susan B. Anthony, and many, many more. In the fall of 1952, 15 members of the University of Florida Philosophy and Humanities departments and their spouses met at the Florida Union on campus to create the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship. The fellowship met in the Union, the Old Thomas Hotel, and the Seventh-day Adventist Church until settling into a new sanctuary on 4 acres on 43rd Street. A $100,000 loan for the new building was co-signed by 12 fellowship families. A drawing of that sanctuary hangs in the back of our sanctuary on the wall. Back there, it's a pencil drawing in the back. And the pine tree was a big treasured occupant of that 4 acres. Since then, we have paid, sorry, I'm back up just a second. The fellowship finally settled into this fine sanctuary in 1997. Since then, we have paid off the mortgage, developed the property, including installing solar panels, and worked tirelessly to make our community a better place to live. So, what does it mean to be a member of this congregation? By signing the membership book, you join a loving community of liberal, religious freethinkers devoted to seeking truth and making the world a better place, with peace and justice for all. These are not shallow words, but words of action that have guided those who came before us. You will be called upon to bring your authentic self to work of this congregation with your time, talent, and treasure. But you will also receive the loving support of members like you.
New members are assigned mentors who will introduce them this morning. So at this time, I would like the new members and their mentors to come forward and line up down here in front of the table. And we need you to do this in alphabetical order so we can facilitate coordinating with the slides that will be on the screen. So this is a challenge. So Heather, you're first with your mentor. Troy, you're next. Next to Heather. Katie Grace, you're next. Jack Koulis. Ryan Rushing. Scoot on down, Heather. Sandy Kaiser, Peggy Coolius. Come on, scoot on down some more. We have a lot of people. Pete Murray and Paul Newman, Noel Silk, and Josh Willoughby. Tom, could you get and pass the handheld mic, maybe? Could you get and pass the handheld mic, maybe? Okay, great, thanks.
I'm sorry, I was trying to be the photographer.
No, I didn't tell you you were going to do this.
Hello, everyone. I get to introduce Heather today.
Would each of the mentors also introduce yourself, who you are, before you?
Yes.
Everybody knows you, but
That's
everybody,
okay.
yeah.
My name is James Chase. I am the Director of Lifespan Faith Development here at the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Gainesville. And today I have the pleasure of introducing Heather. Is a former is the Director of Religious Education for our congregation. I'm going to step forward because I think the receiver's over there. And Heather was actually did my job when I came here for the first time as a member, so it's kind of a fun trade-off. She moved to Asheville, North Carolina for a time and now is back in Gainesville. Heather was raised Catholic and currently identifies as following a pagan path. She works as a medical coder and she enjoys reading, gardening, and fiber arts. She is passionate about social justice and the environment. She and her husband, Josh Willoughby, have a 9-year-old son, Jude. Heather says she is willing and ready to help our congregation do good work and support the community, and she is seeking a pagan spiritual connection and an outlet for social action. Welcome, Heather.
New members, as you're introduced, come up and sign the book and then return to your space. Thank you. Pass the mic.
Good morning. I'm Marilyn Roberts. I've been a member here for a very, very, very long time. And I'm happy to introduce my friend Troy Brett. I'm going to paraphrase here a little. I met Troy over a year ago through a mutual friend. And through my chattering about this place, eventually she decided to check it out. So Troy and I are hiking and kayaking friends. Raised Presbyterian, Troy is generally anti-organized religion, but she feels welcome here. She and her husband, Don, lived on a sailboat for 28 years, 18 of which were in the Florida Keys, while they raised 2 sons. There's a lot of sailing stories, you'll have to ask her. After Hurricane Wilma, they decided to head inland, and they have lived here in Gainesville for 19 years. Troy has been a homeschool teacher, has held various restaurant positions, owned a gift shop, and taught gardening and cooking to veterans. She also mentors a neighborhood child, helping him with schoolwork and teaching him cooking skills. And she's also a prize-winning artist. And just this morning, I learned that one of Troy's portraits was selected by the Gainesville Fine Arts Association, GFAA, for the poster for their annual showcase. And I'm going to share that with you. Too many papers. She enjoys sailing, painting, hiking, traveling, cooking, reading, yoga, and teaching. She's been married to Don Brett for over 50 years, and they have 2 sons and 2 granddaughters. Troy brings to our congregation love and an eagerness to share, teach, and connect with people of all ages. She's looking for a sense of community and friendship.
Hello, everyone. My name is Katie. I've been going here for about 13 years now, and I am now one of the childcare people who works here. This over here is also Katie. This is Katie Grace. She joined our congregation about 12 years ago, then moved out of state 14 years ago, and 4 years ago, and recently returned. She was raised and then confirmed Catholic, and is now personally spiritual. Born in Massachusetts, she grew up in the Alachua area. She is an artist and does interior design. Is skilled with the written word. Her pastimes are reading, crochet, poetry, art, and crafting. She has 3 daughters, Clara, who is 15, Maggie, who is 12, and Phoebe, who just turned 11 yesterday. She brings to our congregation warm hugs, a loud singing voice, and a willingness to help where and when she is able. She is seeking community, connection, and fellowship.
Hey, hi all. So I'm Paul Avery. I've been here since 1990, early 1990, so I've been here a long time. So I'm here to introduce Jack Koulis. Now, many of you remember Jack from way back when. He was actually the congregation president here back around 2010 or so, in those ballpark or so. So Jack, unlike a lot of us, actually discovered UUism when he was actually in high school. That was an amazing thing for me to find out about him, that he actually did it that far back. Now, he wasn't consistent with it all that time, but still, that's not bad. That's not bad. So he was raised Catholic, like myself, so I'm very familiar with all the faults that he brings to the table with that. That's fine. And he got his PhD in philosophy of language and became a computer science teacher, and more importantly, he got into computer science and programming, which I love too, so we have a lot to talk about. But yes, I met him back in 2003. It's hard to believe I've known him for actually 22 years. Amazing. He likes to work out at the gym. He's still on his computer all the time. He likes to program. He has 2 sons, one in Cleveland and one in Brooklyn, along with a grandson. A granddaughter. Oh my gosh, I got it wrong. I should know better than that. And he has 2 older sisters, actually. One here in Gainesville, it turns out, and one up in Minnesota. So he brings a lot to the table, I think. He's been very, very active in voting rights way back when trying to give the election voting rights back to convicted felons who were released. He was extremely active in that for a couple of years. So he brings a lot here. Those of you who also see him might recognize the fact that he wears funny hats all the time. Okay, he has a hat over here. I can attest to the fact that he has a collection of hats at home, and he needs an intervention because his car has 290,000 miles on it, and he really needs a new car. Please help me convince him to get a new one.
Hi, as you know, I'm Judith Kendall, and it is my honor to introduce my friend Sandy Kaiser. Sandy was actually married in a UU congregation, but it's taken her this long to get to be a member of one. She was raised liberal Christian and served in leadership roles in other congregations, but later she rejected organized religion to pursue other spiritual paths from Buddhism to paganism. She moved to Gainesville about 7 years ago to care for aging parents, and her mother has subsequently died and her father relocated, so she's looking for a family here. She has a background in many social service professions, and she has held positions in mental health and addictions. She likes sports, games and nature, spiritual classes and groups, books and movies, gardening, travel, hanging out with friends, and creativity. She is involved with and knowledgeable about 12-step recovery. Sandy is seeking community, and we have something in common because we're both introverts. So she's looking for small groups to get involved with because this whole group is just like too big. So if you're involved in a small group here, invite Sandy to join you because she needs that community. Welcome, Sandy.
Just sign the membership book.
Hi, my name is Peggy, and I'm very pleased to introduce today Peggy Coolius. I got it right, Coolius, okay. And Peggy's been a supporting member at UUFG for several years, but now she's decided to take the plunge and upgrade to membership. So for the last 7 years, she's been dividing her time between Gainesville and Long Island, New York. Now she's going to be living full-time in Gainesville. She was raised as a Congregationalist, but has been at UU for more than 30 years. She's a retired special education teacher. She likes to read, do jigsaw puzzles, knit, garden, and take long walks. Her passion is her family. She and her husband, 2 daughters. I guess I'm going in and out. But sadly, her husband died in 2015, and then her oldest daughter died in 2017. Her younger daughter, Melanie, and her husband live in Virginia, started attending a UU congregation there. Peggy is hardworking, she's organized, and she's looking for a place to share fellowship and community with like-minded individuals. And hey, with a name like Peggy, she's going to be great. So.
My name's Harry Mangle. I've been a UU for 55 years, but I've only been UU here for about 10. And I'm pleased to introduce Pete Murray. He lives in Suwannee County and drives here. It takes about an hour northwest from Gainesville. He was a UU also in high school, but during his life, he's been a member of many churches. But in July, we're lucky, he found us. Retired in 1999 as service manager from Goodyear in Orlando, he owns scubaboard.com, which, if you don't know, is the world's largest online scuba community with 400,000 users. Pretty impressive. Few of his passions are, guess it, scuba diving in the Florida Springs and caves. He fixes things. He loves fixing things and joining groups. He wasn't here very, very long when he joined the choir, luckily. He also is a member of the UUFG Humanist Group, HUGS, also newly formed Gainesville Humanist Group, our men's lunch group, and I believe pickleball. Was that correct?
Yes.
Ah, good. Oh, no, wait, there's more. 2 interesting facts about Pete. Talk to him to learn more. At 4 years old, he was arrested with his mom at a civil rights protest and went to jail. But it didn't. No, there's even more. And during the civil rights meeting, he shook hands with Martin Luther King Jr. Very impressive. To UUFG, he brings his bass baritone voice, computer and networking skills, as well as a willingness to volunteer. From UUFG, he seeks to be actively involved and is well on his way. Please welcome Pete, energetic, inquisitive, and a fascinating guy. While he's signing, I would like you also to meet Pete Newman. No, not Pete, Paul Newman. No relation, however. He was born in England, raised in the Anglican Church, and lived in several European countries. A longtime resident of Gainesville, he worked for many years at University of Florida. And this is interesting. He started at the University of Florida as groundskeeper, and he worked his way up, ambitious fellow, to an administrative position in the fine arts department, and finally retiring as director of the Phillips Center for the Performing Arts. And you ought to hear some of those people that he interviewed there. After retirement, discovering his own talents as an artist, he took art classes at Santa Fe College and painted murals and other paintings As a member of the Gainesville Fine Arts Association, he won the Best in Class Blue Ribbon Award in 2019 for his sculpture entitled, "Give Me That Old Time Religion." Very fascinating sculpture. If you go onto Facebook, you can see his picture and with the sculpture. 50 years ago, he was at UUFG for a while, but later became interested in more mystical aspects of religion, and then in 2017 became a member of Holy Trinity Episcopal Church. Now, looking for more spiritual growth and acceptance, he is returning to UUFG. To our congregation, he has friendliness and a willingness to serve. Please welcome Paul Newman.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Stewart, and I am here to introduce you to my friend, Ryan Rushing. Ryan and I met here in the sanctuary, and it was like we met eye to eye and instantly heart to heart. And ever since, I don't know, we just kind of have this kismet connection. And I can't sit next to you because all we do is laugh. I mean, you know. Two things that Ryan does that are very dear to my heart. One is laugh, and the other is hug. So on that basis, we've formed a lovely friendship. Ryan, as it says, looked around a great deal. He is a researcher, and he is working on his PhD at this point in time. But he researched us, which makes me a little nervous. I mean, I know how much of a presence I've had, so I don't know how many times he went, oh, there she is again. But anyway, he didn't let on, and like I say, we formed a lovely bond. He's been a resident here for 20 years, and he's had some interesting connections with the university, which he will probably tell you about. I learned a lot about them, excuse me, at the humanist meeting a couple weeks ago, which he has become a very vocal and appreciated member of the humanist group, which is terrific. And then I don't know when it was, but at one point I said to him, oh, you know technology? You need to get in the booth with Aaron. And he kind of looked at me, he said, not that kind. And I said, well, you can run a computer? Yeah. You need to get in the booth with Aaron. Well, he took me seriously. Yeah, she's waving. And he has been a very dedicated member of someone working in there to relieve Aaron on, and she's clapping. Yeah. So Ryan, we welcome you, and we are glad you're here. And so give me a hug and then sign the book.
Ice cream is better than the cone. Okay, got it. I'm Debbie Malikson, and I've been a member here for a long, long time. I am here to introduce a good longtime friend, Noel. We first met in the 1980s in our original building over on 43rd Street, which is pictured, as was mentioned by Tom, on the wall. In 1990, she left Gainesville and had lived in communities without UU congregations. But she has returned, after she retired, she came back to Gainesville. And in 2014, she came back to UUFG, and she has been singing as a stalwart soprano in our choir for over 10 years, so that's pretty good. And Noelle is of Cleveland, Ohio. She has a BA from the Ohio State University and a master's in education from Florida Atlantic. And she has a certificate in environmental studies from UF. She's been a teacher of preschool children of the migrant farm workers on Lake Okeechobee. She came to Florida in 1970 to do that, and that intrigued me. That's how we met. She's also been a teacher at PK as a kindergarten teacher. And she left Gainesville to become an education training specialist with the Florida State Park Service, which intrigued me. And that included creating the signage that you see in state parks and writing their brochures. She also taught the park rangers how to lead group interpretive hikes for small children, which I'm sure working with small children they needed. And she even mentioned that she had to teach park rangers how to do CPR.
No, I didn't teach. I had someone come and teach them.
That's okay, they had to learn CPR, and she had to know that they learned CPR. She also sings with Voices Rising Community Chorus and is interested in history and birding and plants and the environmental and climate changes that we're into, and Jane Austen. She has a sister in Boston, a brother in Alexandria, Virginia. Besides her usual music abilities, she brings to our congregation a willing to help where needed. She has organized the UUFG interest group for environmental concerns and Think Pollinator Garden, you gardeners. Plus, Noel carefully picks out our hymns to fit the worship team's topics every week. Noel has found a supportive community of liberal, educated, caring people with us. Somebody introduces. There you are.
Hello again. My name is James Chase, and I am the Director of Lifespan Faith Development here at the Unitarian University. There we go. Okay. So I get to introduce Joshua Wilby now. And Joshua is actually married to Heather all the way at the other end of this line, but because they don't have the same last name, he's all the way on this side of the line and she's all the way over there, so.
I didn't even see you get over here.
I know, I was super sneaky. I was real fast with that. Joshua is an amazing person. He is a dedicated child care professional. He's been working with kids for over 15 years. He worked at OTB Kids, and he's still currently employed at what's the name of the daycare?
Cedarville Global Community School.
Cedarville Global Community School. He is engaged and creative with these kids, and he has dedicated a lot of his life to working well with children. He and Heather have been together for 21 years, married for 11 years, and today is actually their anniversary. Happy anniversary. Josh and Heather are proud parents to Jude, who is no longer in here, but he was earlier. He is 9 years old. Joshua brings a gentle, grounded presence to everything that he is part of. He might be a little bit slow to warm, a little quiet at first, but when you get to know him, he is very funny. He has a background in theater and drama, which he also did with children. I'm so excited about Joshua, y'all. You don't know. He has a love and appreciation for creativity, storytelling, and enjoys playful things in life. Joshua is also a lifelong nerd who loves movies, particularly horror movies and action movies, games, and comics, and he's always happy to share great recommendations or join in on conversations around comics and fandoms.
That is correct.
Thank you. Welcome, Joshua.
So it's 12 o'clock, but I hope you will stay with us because we have some more important things to do. I must say that when I was speaking to one of the new members yesterday, that new member told me that of all the places, the churches that they have visited, this is the friendliest place they've ever been. And I think that's a true testament to the congregation because we are a loving community and we've grown and learned how to really be more loving and more opening to everybody. So congratulations, congregation. I wanted to say that this is an affirmation which is one of the anchors of our fellowship. It is a blessing you were born. It matters what you do. Your experience of the divine is true, and you don't have to go it alone. So, by becoming a member of this congregation, you signify your willingness to support the fellowship as you are able with your time, talent, money, heart, and wisdom. May UUFG be to you what it has been to me, a source of inspiration, nurture, and challenge. As president of this congregation, I formally welcome you as members of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Gainesville.
So now we have a brief affirmation from new members and from the congregation. It is a joy to welcome you into the living tradition of free religion. On behalf of this gathered congregation, I ask you to now bear witness to your decision. Does everyone have a copy of the liturgy that you're going to be reading? New members? No. Would ushers bring some of those up? Thank you. Okay, new members, please read in unison the affirmation that starts with, I accept. I invite members of UUFG to rise in body or spirit and join in greeting our new members by reading your part of the affirmation. We, the members of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Gainesville, welcome you as partners in our ongoing intention. We offer you friendship and support as together we covenant to live the principles of our free faith. New members and mentors may be seated. I have one more comment. When Noelle Silk first joined this congregation the first time, many years ago, she was given an aloe plant as a gift for a new member. She has cultivated this aloe plant over the years, and now there are 10 more baby aloe plants at the back of the sanctuary that the new members may pick up at the end of the service. So it's an ongoing living tradition, literally, in our congregation. Thank you.
The offering is a sacrament of the free church. It is supported by voluntary generosity of all who join with us. The offering will now be given and received in grateful appreciation of our shared hopes and values. The ushers will pass the basket from the aisles, so you are to pass the basket down your aisle and then hand it over to the person behind you. Will the ushers please come forward?
Good morning. Good morning, yes. So my name is Sheila Bishop. I'm a mid-sized, middle-aged white person with shoulder-length brown hair. I'm wearing a black top, red shorts that look like a skirt, and sandals. I had this whole thing planned for y'all, but we're going to cut it down just a little bit because our cup runneth over with so many great new members. So please bear with me because I'm going to have to say things like next slide, next slide, next slide, so that Aaron knows to jump ahead. Not yet, though. But we are going to do part of what I had planned. Instead of a sermon, I'm going to read a short poem by Emily Dickinson. I've changed the word man to one. And then I'll lead us through a reflection on the sorrows and joys of our embodied community so we can reflect together as we celebrate our community. We would have done a bread communion ritual, but because of time, what we're going to do is have y'all come up after the service. There's gluten-free as well as full gluten bread, so you're welcome. There's tongs, and you can get that. So please bear with us as we have some small hiccups to be mindful of time. All right. Tell all the truth, but tell it slant. Success in circuit lies. Too bright for our infirm delight, the truth's superb surprise, as lightning to the children eased with explanation kind. The truth must dazzle gradually, or everyone be blind. Emily Dickinson, poem 1263. I sometimes switch numbers. All right, so we're going to do some call and response, so if you'll go to that slide for me, please. Call is me, response is y'all. All right, let me get to my page. Let us know ourselves as one body. A body broken. A body complicit in systems of oppression. A body harmed by systems of oppression. Just harmed, sorry. A body grieving a world of woe. A broken-hearted body. So if you'll skip ahead to the slide that starts with let us know ourselves again. Yes. Let us know ourselves as one body. A body embraced in the circle of communion. A body striving for justice. A body healing and helping. A body full of wonder. An open-hearted body. All right, if you'll skip ahead to the last call and response one. Let us know ourselves as one body. A body of passion and dedication. Our community is a blessing. May it be so. Please rise as you are willing and able to sing hymn 360, Here We Have Gathered. Ryan, please come extinguish the chalice. Together, we extinguish this channel
but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Our closing words were written by Jim Wickham. Our time together ends. In the days before we come together again, may our actions match our words. May our thoughts be filled with love, and may we truly make a difference in a troubled world. So be it. Wait a sec. The service is over. Again. Please let the new members exit first so they can form a receiving line where you can greet them, and then join everyone for coffee and conversation in the social hall. Oh, and come get bread if you would like.